Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another competitive guide video where today we are talking about Roserade. Now Roserade is actually one of my favourite Pokemon just because I think it looks absolutely fantastic and I absolutely love its shiny. I think its flowers look absolutely fantastic in the shiny form. But yeah, we've got 3 sets today. I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed if you haven't done so already. It really helps me out. Go tell me what sets you use for Roserade down in the comment section. I'm aiming for 1,600 subscribers by the end of the year and we're getting pretty close. I would love to hit that target. It would be absolutely fantastic if we were to do that. Anyways, today, as I said, Roserade, we have got 3 sets here. The first set we've got is a Choice Scarf Roserade set that hits really hard on the majority of different Pokemon. This can be run in different weathers as well. So we've got Poison Point as our ability. Now, ability-wise, Roserade doesn't have the most amazing abilities. We've got Natural Cure, which means when it switches out, it does get rid of its status conditions. Now, obviously, it can't be toxic because it's poison type. But if it is burned, you know, it's not a huge concern. But paralysis, can definitely be an issue. So paralysis, if you're paralyzed, you can switch out if you want Natural Cure. Technician in this scenario doesn't matter at all. So I've gone for Poison Point just on the chance of poisoning the Pokemon to dwindle down their HP a little bit more. But Natural Cure is definitely a secondary ability that you could definitely use in this advantage as well. So move-wise on here, we have got Giga Drain, Powerful Stab, a Grass type attack. It re-heals yourself a little bit as well, which is absolutely amazing. Sludge Bomb, again, another stab attack and can poison the opposing Pokemon. Dazzling Gleam, which is a strong fairy type attack, and that covers things like Dark types, Fighting types, and Dragon types, which honestly you're not super scared of because they're not any of your weaknesses, but it does give you some coverage on some of those moves there. And Weather Ball as well, because honestly I thought Weather Ball works quite nicely in a large variety of situations, especially if you're running like a Sun team. That gives you access to a Fire type move to hit other Grass types, to hit Ice types, to hit Bug types, you know, lots of different types there. Obviously it gives you access to a Water type attack if you're running a Rain team, which allows you to hit Fire types for super effective damage. You've got the ability to use Ice, which would cover Flying types and also other Grass types. And then you've got the ability for, I believe I'm not sure if it goes Rock or Ground, but in the Sandstorm it will go another type and it will be a type that you're not using already. So that could be really helpful for you in a large variety of situations if you are running some kind of weather team. Now, EV-wise, I've gone for max special attack and max speed. In this scenario, because of the base 90 speed, I've gone for a timid nature, so plus speed minus attack. And that actually allows you to outspeed any non-plus speed base 100 Scarf Pokemon. That was a mouthful. But yeah, if there's a base 100 speed Pokemon, which there are lots of them, and they are not plus speed invested, but they are Scarfed, it does allow you to outspeed them just by a couple of stat points there, which obviously would make a huge difference because you'll go first rather than them going first. If you are not too concerned about that, for example, if you're running something like Sticky Webs, then you definitely could go for something along the lines of the Modest Nature, so more special attack and less attack. But as building your team, you can make the decision based on that. If you're going for like a much bulkier team, then you want just something fast, obviously go for the plus speed. If you're already got quite a fast team, you might want to go for the plus special attack instead. But as I said, up to you what you decide to do. Moving on to the second Roserade, we have got more of a support style Roserade. We've got Black Sludge on here to allow us to heal up, and especially if something like Thief happens, then they are going to get poisoned by the Black Sludge, so this is better than Leftovers in this scenario. Natural Cure I think works better in this scenario than Poison Point, because you're already setting up the Toxic Spikes, and if you get burned or paralyzed, you can just switch out there. Move-wise, Toxic Spikes, if you get 2 layers up, it allows you to Toxic the Pokemon. 1 layer only poisons it. Obviously, both of them can actually have benefits. Like, there have been times where I have used just 1 layer of Toxic Spikes, and it has done a lot more effectiveness than having Toxic, because the opponent was switching quite a lot anyways, which meant that they were taking 13% damage each turn rather than the 6%, and then switching out maybe the next turn. You've got Spikes, which if you get 1 layer, it does X amount of damage. 2 layers, I think it does 12%. And then 3 layers, I think, does 25% damage, which is absolutely huge. You've got Aromatherapy, which allows you to heal the status conditions of your Pokemon. Now, we are currently in a meta where a lot of the Pokemon that are very scary are physical, and if you can get rid of any burns on them, is going to be huge in recovering your capabilities. And then we've got Giga Drain, which is a powerful grass type attack and gives you the recovery ability anyways, so I thought that's really nice to use. EV wise, you can run this in a few different ways. You can run this as max HP, max special defense with a calm nature, so more special defense, less attack, and then 4 EVs and special attack. You could even run this as max HP and max speed to allow you to get the priority over most Pokemon in setting up your toxic spikes and your spikes. So if you do go down, you're at least able to set up an extra layer of the problems, the hazards for your opponent's side. So you can run it either way there. Obviously, it's up to you how you decide to run it, just based on what your personal style might be. Moving on to the third Roserade, we have got a kind of support Roserade again, but also not necessarily a support Roserade. So we've got Black Sludge on here again for recovery purposes. Natural Cure works better because we've got Toxic on here. It's one of the few Pokemon that can actually learn Toxic in BDSP because it's no longer a TM. And obviously being able to Toxic different Pokemon can be hugely helpful. You've got Giga Drain and Synthesis and even Leech Seed allowing you to get a lot of recovery going on each turn, so you can Leech Seed a Pokemon. Now this either forces your opponent to switch out or start dwindling down their health each turn. Now both can be a win in either way because you're going to get some recovery, they're going to lose some of their health, or you are going to get a slight upper hand with them switching. Giga Drain allows you to recover some of your health and dwindle down the opponent's team as well. As I said, Toxic just really good. If you want to run Toxic Spikes instead, you could, but Toxic just allows you to get that Toxic setup straight away. And then Synthesis allows you to get some recovery. Now you could always run something like Sludge Bomb or Dazzling Gleam as a coverage move instead of Synthesis because you have got 2 forms of recovery there as well. But if you just wanted to run the full recovery Roserade situation with Toxic, admittedly it probably would be a bit more of a stall situation, and I'm not sure how you would personally feel about using that. I know a lot of people don't like stall, but I thought this is more of an interesting one that is less based on stall and more based on kind of your recovery aspect, but can definitely be stally if used in that way. EV wise, max HP, max special defense with a calm nature, so more special defense and less attack, and 4 EVs in special attack there. Anyways, that is going to be all for Roserade, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you soon.